appreciate you clicking on this video. Like, subscribe, click all the stuff down below. You'll enjoy this, you'll enjoy the future content if you like archery, so you'll definitely want to stick around and follow around. If you're looking for an e-bike, check out RamboBikes.com. Use R Woods at checkout. It'll save you 20%. We're one of the very few discount codes for Rambo Bikes. We're happy to be associated with them, so go check them out. If you're in Arkansas and you're looking for a bow shop, you're looking for arrows, you're looking for bows, you're looking for releases, go check out Fishing Stuff in Sherwood. Top-notch archery shop, and they're good people. You should get to know your local archery shop. So stick around, this is gonna be a fun one. This is one I've been wanting to do for a while now. So we're checking out some new arrows, Easton 5.0s. I've heard a lot of good things about these arrows, and I've also heard some bad things about these arrows, so I thought, let's just get some and try them out. Why not, right? These are 340s. Easton 5.0s. Yeah, so anyway, these are 340s. The GPI on these is 7.5, a little bit lighter than the HLRs. Someday I'm gonna do a comparison of these versus the Victory HLRs. I think they're kind of in that same class, same category, but we're gonna try these out, check these out, see how they shoot. The other thing we're gonna be looking at is mini sabers. So the DCA Custom Arrow Mini Saber Fletchings. I've been a TAC guy for a long time. If you've been around here for a little while and you've watched some other videos, you'll see that I'm no longer affiliated or associated with TAC vanes. While I think they're great, I'm now open to be able to try some other vanes and see how they fly. So one I've always been interested in is these DCA Mini Sabers. They're a little bit shorter by a 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch height. So I want them a little bit lower profile. That's why I went with the Mini Sabers. I'm sure the Sabers are great too. I just don't like the idea of them hitting or getting close to hitting my roller guard on my Darton or whatever bow I'm shooting. Pretty stiff. I don't think they're as stiff as the TAC vanes, so they might be kind of a good balance of stiffness and, you know, flexibility. Maybe there's a happy medium there, but I do feel like the TAC vanes are a little stiffer, and you can see how these can twist around. I am going to be using the TAC primer and glue because I do use, you know, when I do use TAC vanes, you have to use this, but I think these Mini Sabers will go on with the TAC primer and TAC glue based off what I've been told by other people. I did get some Amazon wraps, just some white topo wraps. I thought those looked pretty cool. Oddly enough, Amazon's got some good wraps on there that you can get and just order and have here in no time. So I think these will go well with these vanes. We're going to start cutting arrows down and get them built, and we're going to see how they fly. So stick around. All right, so we've got our 6 arrows that we're going to build out. I'm going to use the G5 flip squaring jig instead of the one they send. All right, so we've squared off the ends. We're going to use a Q-tip just to get some of this carbon out of the inside, because they are crazy how much dust and carbon get up in there that you don't realize. And then if your glue doesn't stick, you'll wonder why. So a lot of carbon in there we need to get out. I gotta admit, I did this wrong and it made me look really stupid, so I'm redoing it so I look somewhat less stupid. This hit system, first time I've ever done this hit system, I got mixed feelings about it. But this insert that just goes down in there inside the shaft and it just glues in, I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. I got mixed feelings, but I have had enough people tell me that it works. It's not a problem, no issues. That I'm gonna give it a good, you know, we'll see. So the problem I worry about is it's down in there. And now I gotta hope this thread matches up, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna have a problem. But yeah, it does. Yeah, good. So I like hot glue on this because if you did mess up, I feel like I could heat the tip up, pull that back out. So I do recommend the hot glue or hot melts with this system. I don't know that anybody else does. I've had good luck with Easton on hot melt. So take that for what it's worth. But I'm just using their little tool they send, heating that hot melt up, trying not to get it just absolutely too hot, and then just cram it down in there to the end of the tool. And then you just thread that into the insert you just put in there. And it does give you a nice clean finish, and it shouldn't break anything. You know, hopefully the outsert doesn't give way any, because if it does give way, it's going to cram that tip into the carbon. But like I said, everyone I've talked to, the guys that fish the stuff, use this system. They love it. Extreme Outfitters, they're using it down in Texas, and they say it works great, never a problem. So we're going with it, and we're going to see how it does. Looks pretty good to me. Knock out the rest of them, start fletching them up. All right, we got our 6 arrows with our wraps installed, our points are on. Now we're gonna start getting them fletched up, spin them a little bit, see how they fly, give us some thoughts on them. So just out of curiosity, I wanted to see how one of these shafts shoot through paper. I didn't even film it, but I probably should have. Just a straight bullet hole right out of the gates. I don't know how well it shows up, but they're short. That's my only worry. Like, I cut them because they don't have anything that sticks out like any kind of a half out system like the HLRs have or the Easton Long Range have. I cut them the same carbon to carbon length, so I mean they are like right on the edge of being too short. But I think they're going to be okay. But just one of those things like, the next 6 that I do, I may make them an inch longer or something like that, just to give me a little bit more cushion. But let's get these DCA mini sabers on them, see how they shoot, how they look, what they weigh. Like, that's what I'm really curious about. What are these going to weigh? So let's get them on. All right, so the DCA mini sabers. Like I said, we're going to use TAC glue and TAC primer. They do send some little alcohol prep wipes, which are pretty cool. Another thing they do that I think is really cool is they send packs of 40. So if you mess one up or if you have to refletch one, you've got some extra ones instead of just you know, getting the 36 or whatever standard. Doing batches of 3. We're going to do a straight fletch with a left offset. I kind of want to get into more helical fletching. Because I've been shooting TAC vanes for like 4 years, they don't do well with a good helical because they're so stiff. I haven't shot helicals in a long time. And I don't know, I've never used these before, so I don't know what the channel needs or anything like that, but I'll always go a little heavy, and I keep my Q-tips here to wipe them away. You get something to wipe this off with. All right, first one's on. It's weird looking after looking at TAC vanes only for 4 years. But the main thing is, how do they fly? They seem to have stuck good. I mean, every aspect of them seems to be sticking and adhering good, which is kind of the main thing. I'm used to a 2.75 driver, so those seem really short, but I mean, it's just the difference in them. All right, 5 more to build. All right, so we've got these 5.0s built with these DCA mini sabers on there. Let's see what they weigh. These jokers ought to be really light. I cut them short and they're just a light arrow anyway, so it's gonna be interesting. Let's see what these coming in at. 348.6. 349. 349, 348.8, this one's coming in at 347. Not sure why that one's a couple grains lighter. $349. So right at $350. I don't hate that a ton. I wish they were a little bit more, and that's why I said the next 6 I might leave them a couple inches longer. They're going to be fine for Total Archery Challenge, Shot 3D, things like that, and that might be all they're used for anyway. But I do want to kind of, if I was going to hunt with these, I'd want them to be more like 375, so 25 more grains or so. And I could easily put more tip up here, but I'd want them to be 375 and then with 100 grain tip, and then again I could add 150 grain tip and bump that up to 425, which is where I want to hunt. So then I can have an arrow that is great for Shot 3D, Total Archery Challenge, things like that. And then I could also hunt with that same shaft, same arrow setup, you know, same fletching, color combo. I just got to add a different tip. So I don't know, we're gonna hunt with them, I'm gonna see how they shoot. They're super light, I'm sure they're gonna be very fast, which is a good thing. I'm not against that. I hope they're durable. You know, I've heard the mixed reviews on how durable they are, but we're gonna give them a run for the money and see how they shoot. I'm gonna let them dry, and we'll get to shooting them. So they look good. Let's spin them before we get too far out of this. All right, arrow 1. That one's just perfect. The tip and the knock side. That one is really good too. Might be a slight wobble on the tip, but not enough to. Maybe a slight wobble on the tip side. And this thing's a piece of junk, so it could be that. That one's glass. That one's really good. That one's really good. That one's perfect. So 4 of the 6 absolutely perfect. 2 of them maybe a little bit, but not anything major, even if they are a wobble. And it might be the system, the way I put the system in. Those look pretty good, but just maybe a little. All right, so we've got our arrows. They're all dried up. We've got our tips inserted. I will tell you, I'm not loving this system, the hit system. So after doing some research on this, because this felt weird to me that all you get with these is this little insert that you jam down in there, you hot glue it or glue it in. I didn't like that. That didn't feel right. So apparently you got to get the match grade to get the collar, and then if you want to get the actual half out, you got to pay even extra for that. So not loving this. However, the positive, if I put a collar on this, I think I'll get the weight exactly where I want it to be. So with that being said, we're going to shoot them a little bit today, see how they shoot. Then I'm going to get collars. I'm going to go pick collars up this week, put collars on them, shoot them again with collars, and we'll kind of compare, and we'll see where that weight finally hits. But as far as our sabers, look great. We're going to see how they fly. We're going to shoot through paper and make sure the tune is still good, because if they're not flying right, we can't blame that on the fletchings or the arrows. Money. So we're ready to send it. I don't know how well it picks up on camera, but we're definitely shooting straight. Let's go see if we can, these weigh like 50 grains less than what I was shooting, so my sight tape's not gonna be accurate. So we're just gonna have to wing it, see if we can get 20, 40, try to get some longer shots in, see how they group. All right, so started out, I was not a fan of this hit insert system. I'd never used the hit insert system. I've always used a half out, you know, I've never just inserted the threaded part and then screwed in a tip like that. So I was a little cautious about it. I was probably negative about it. After talking to some people, the guys at Extreme Outfitters use them. That's all they use. Fish and Stuff here in Sherwood, Arkansas, that's all they use. And they They love them. They work great. So I'm gonna run them. They're a little light. These are coming in right at 350 with, let me double check, just make sure. Yeah, this one's 348.8, so 349 for this one, about a grain difference than the other one. 3 mini sabers, a wrap off of Amazon, 100 grain tip, and then I think that outsert's like 20 grains or something, or the insert's like 20 grains or something like that. These are right at 350, a little lighter than I want them to be as far as you know, hunting, being able to have a true hybrid that I could hunt with, or I could shoot TAC and shot 3D with. I do love the arrows. I thought they shot good, grouped good. I'm going to shoot these at shot 3D, TAC, stuff like that, because they do fly really good and these vanes are really good. So I cut these a little too short for what I wanted. So backstory, I talked about wanting to get collars. I have the collars. They're like 18 or 20 grains for these little collars for these 5.0s. The problem is my bow, when I get it full draw, it runs up on the collar because I cut them just the exact size. I've got a 1/4 inch or something that sticks out. Now I can shorten my draw 1/4 of an inch. I don't really want to do that, but it's running up onto the collar and I don't want that. So I'm going to run these without a collar for right now. I've got some others that I'm going to look at potentially building with collars because I do think the collar system has a place. So for example, these are 350 right here. Now I've added the collar, so it should be around 20 grains there. So 369.8, so right at 370 with the collar on there. And I'm gonna add like an inch or so to this. So you're talking about 378, which is right in that sweet spot where I really wanna be. That would allow me to run like 150 grain hybrid or 150 grain beast broadhead up front and give me that low 400s for deer hunting and still be under 400 for TAC, shot 3D, and the long shots. So I am gonna do another arrow build that's gonna be more focused on using these for hunting, where I'm gonna include these collars and lengthen these just a little bit. But as far as just using them for shot 3D and TAC, they seem like a really good arrow. I'm gonna do a little more in-depth long-term review after I've shot some courses with them. How's the durability? When you miss a target, how do they hold up? When you hit another arrow or another arrow hits the back of them, how do they hold up? Are they gonna, I mean, the rumor is they don't hold up great, but I don't know, I can't attest to that. I'm gonna put them to the test myself and we're gonna see how they do. Appreciate you guys watching. If you're looking for arrows, fletchings, tips, bows, all that stuff, go check out Fishing Stuff in Sherwood, Arkansas. If you're looking for an e-bike, RamboBikes.com. Use R Woods at checkout. It'll save you big money. Turkey season's coming up. You don't want to be out walking and hiking all these miles. You'd much rather get on your e-bike and just get there quick, fast, silent, and I can save you some money in that process, and you can get a great e-bike. Appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, stick around.